First of all, Half, let's get the generic stuff out of the way. Pre-season is well and truly in full swing, and games are right around the corner. What's your summation of the training block today?
It's been long. It's been a long training block, and we're just about ready for pre-season to be over. The girls, you can feel with that end line in sight, that finish line of pre-season, the start of the regular season, they can see it, and you can sense that they can see it. So I think we're all ready to start putting our planning into action. You do that through games, so the practice match this week, and then in a couple of weeks' time, round one. So it's been a long block with the pushback of the season from December to January, but I'm pretty sure that the girls are very, very keen to get out there and start hitting some bodies in anger.
In terms of the bill of health across the board, mate, how do things sit, and what kind of position are we in heading into round one?
We're pretty well positioned at the moment, health-wise. Mimi Hill is our only real long-term injured player at the moment with her ACL from last season, but she's progressing really well. When we see her again, I don't know when she's ready. When I'm told that she's ready, we'll see her again. She's really our only player that probably won't be available in round one, so that's a positive start for us, I reckon.
Very excitingly, back in action this week. Tell us about the upcoming Saturday.
Yeah, so St Kilda. Looking forward to taking them on here at the home of footy, and can't wait to see the girls. As I said before, we were just getting out there and doing the things that we've been practicing for 4 months, giving them a go against some opposition. It's different when you play against yourselves, like we've done the last couple of weeks through match sim and match practice situations. So playing somebody else will be a nice freshen up for all of us, I think, for St Kilda and for us.
Now, this is the People's Presser, so time for me to shut up and ask the questions of the people.
Are you representing the people?
Yes, I am.
Just
the
check.
first question comes from Emma Mack, who asks what it's like having Jess Delpos at the club.
Love Del, JDP as I call her. She's a ripper. She's really experienced, really competitive. She's an animal out in the training track, which I quite love, and she's got a really dry sense of humour. I've been chasing her for 2 years. She refused to answer my phone calls. All of a sudden she picked up and we were able to latch onto her. So we're really pleased with her. She'll be a big part of what we're trying to build, I think.
Kylie from Twitter has asked, have the slow starts to games been addressed, and who has improved the most over this year's pre-season?
Well, they're trying to be addressed. It's not something we planned, and it was a bit of a once-off. Last year, comparative to the previous 2 years, we were very good in first quarter. So I'm not too stressed about it. Certainly something we're not designing to not kick too many goals in the first quarter. But on the flip side of that, we're the best second and third quarter scoring teams in the comp. So you probably want to distribute it a bit more evenly. But it has been discussed. We're going to try a few new things and see what happens. Who's been the best performed player on the training track? Oh, there's been a fair few. Grace Egan's done a really good job. Elise Day's done a hell of a job. Bree Moody has come back in great fettle as well. And we're starting to see the emergence of some of the younger players. Maddie Guerin, Abby McKay's coming through. Brooke Vernon's had a decent summer. So lots of players have worked really hard. I think with the length of time we've had to prepare them, we've started to see a lot of them grow throughout that period of time. But there's just a handful for you.
Chris has asked, how is Poppy Sharp settling into the club in pre-season, and could she end up having stints in defence as well as up forward in 2022?
Poppy's fitted in beautifully for a player that's come in really late. With a head like that, she's hard to miss with that mullet that she's running. She's a great personality. She's a terrific trainer. She works her absolute backside off when she's training and is really hungry to be the best player she can be. So we'll see what she's got for us. I don't think we'll be seeing her too deep in defence.
Jay Marshall has asked, we're down by 5 points, 35 metres out, lining up after the siren.
Vesio. Don't ask any more. The answer is Vesio.
Okay. Kane has asked, will Grace Egan get to spend a bit more time up forward in 2022?
Why do people want to move Grace Egan forward? Who's asking this?
Kane.
Kane? What are you doing, man? Our mids will roll through forward line at some stage. Grace is a out-and-out mid. She's capable of going forward like a few of our mids to hopefully hit the scoreboard. That'll be part of the rotation if we've got time to do it.
Another question is asked, what positional changes do you see to our list compared to last season, if any?
There's not going to be too many. There's a couple we're going to practice on the weekend, have a bit of a look at, but I wouldn't expect any wholesale changes or people going from back to forward to back. Maybe one or two, but I don't want to give away too much too soon, so we have to stand by for that.
Classic coach's answer, that one. This may be a bit of inside word. Tanya from inside Icon Park.
Yes.
Is it true that Half has always got a bucket of lollies hidden inside his office?
Well, Tanya, who I have no doubt I know who this person is and eats all of the lollies. I used to have a bucket of lollies for the staff to come into my office to have a chat and just have a lolly. But Tanya would come in, take all the lollies, take it back to her desk, and there's no more lollies for the staff. So Tanya's very selfish, and she's going to be told so.
So I think the answer to that is yes. Shane, another food-related question. What is your favourite post-win feed?
Oh, well, Pretty straightforward. The That's Amore cheese cannoli. Like, it's delicious. You can't understand how delicious this cannoli is. So if you're a That's Amore or a cannoli fan, get yourself some of the cannoli and enjoy. There's a pud in your mouth and everyone's invited. It's magnificent.
Even sweeter after a win, I'm sure, as well.
Well, that's when we have after win meals. That was the question.
It was the question.
Well, so don't give me after lost meals, give after win meals like the man gives us.
Moving on, Daniel. Debbie, given the interruptions of this year, how have the skills and fitness been in regards to the players?
That's from Gabby?
Debbie.
Sorry, Debbie. Deb, they've been terrific. The fitness has been really good, as I mentioned. We've had a long time to prepare the girls now, so they're in really good shape physically, up on all the metrics that we've measured in the last couple of years, so that's pleasing. And then skill-wise, it's just a matter of being out there and practicing under a bit more pressure, which we've done through the off-season as well, and hopefully that holds us in good stead.
Josh, what is your honest expectation of the team this year, and do you think we could go far into finals?
I'm expecting us to be really competitive. We sort of missed our mark a little bit last season, but I think the way we've rebuilt the squad and the different focuses we've got going into season 2022, you'll get a good showing every week is what you'll get. Where that ends up and what that means for us, we'll see, but I reckon we'll be really competitive.
Saad has asked how we're going about replacing Taylor Harris in the forward line this year.
Well, we'll just try other things. We don't have that player anymore, so we've got other players. We'll roll through those positions and see the mix that's best for us. It might be a bit of a different look, Blues forward line going forward.
Now the final question, the big question, comes from Nick. Would you rather fight one Andy Marr-sized duck or 20 duck-sized Andy Marrs?
One Andrew Marr-sized duck or 20 duck-sized Andrew Marrs?
That would mean that there are 20 Andrew Marrs,
just small Andy Marrs, yeah, I'm with you, I get you. Well, that's pretty straightforward. Andy Marr is as soft as butter, so a duck who is a fluffy beast would be a fluffy, soft as butter beast. That would be a very easy kill for me, and I don't have to kill 20 of them. So let's go with the one duck, Andrew Marr-sized duck. That's the answer to that question.
That's the most thought you put into the answer.
I had to remember it.
Thanks, Harf.
Always a pleasure.